This is humanity's latest discovered species, the fuel fish. This bizarre creature can burn continuously for days without extinguishing, releasing temperatures as high as 1,200 degrees Celsius. Yet this man still reached into the tank, insisting on pulling one out just to examine it more closely. As he studied the fish, its body color suddenly changed. It immediately fired a toxic proboscis straight at the man's lips. Surprisingly, the toxin didn't kill him, but only minutes later his mouth began to swell badly. Even in this state, he still refused to give up his deliberate attempts to please Anna. Faced with such obsessive pursuit, Anna felt nothing but disgust, and rejected his inappropriate confession on the spot. That very night, something happened to Anna. As her companion was about to rest, a figure suddenly fell from above, smashing into the windshield of the control room, and losing all signs of life instantly. The woman was terrified, and the mangled body was Anna's. Everyone rushed over. After a careful examination, the doctor found only injuries consistent with a fall from height, and concluded that Anna had likely fallen by accident. But not long after, the doctor discovered male bodily fluids on Anna. Upon hearing this, everyone's first suspicion turned toward Frank. Enraged, they went to confront him, demanding he take responsibility for what happened to Anna. When Frank saw them, his behavior was panicked and agitated. He kept shaking his head and waving his hands, insisting he knew nothing about Anna's death, but no one was willing to listen. On the night of the incident, they had seen Anna standing anxiously on the platform, and Frank, who had long harbored improper thoughts about her, approached her under the influence of alcohol, his words and behavior openly flirtatious. The two witnesses had wanted to intervene, but found the situation too awkward, and ultimately did nothing but exchange glances. Moments later, Anna was dead. They dragged the bruised and battered Frank to the body, trying to force a confession. Yet when Frank saw Anna's tragic condition, he broke down in extreme grief, wailing uncontrollably, while still firmly denying any involvement. At this moment, the doctor urged everyone to calm down and not rush to conclusions. Under a microscope, he had taken a preliminary look at the white substance and discovered something was off. It was far more complicated than they had assumed. Meanwhile, carrying doubts and a growing sense of dread, Amy went alone to the laboratory where Anna worked, hoping to find a clue. The room was filled with neatly arranged tanks, each containing those strange fish that secreted flammable liquid. Shelves nearby were stacked with research chemicals. A rat suddenly darted out, startling her. At that moment, she noticed a shadow flash past the door. Her heart tightened. She immediately chased after it, but the hallway was empty, as if the shadow had never existed. Just as she thought her eyes were playing tricks on her, a chilling dripping sound echoed behind her. Following the sound, she discovered thick white fluid on a nearby pipe, nearly identical to what had been found on Anna. Amy traced the trail all the way to the engine room, and discovered that the steel cables used for diving had been sabotaged. At the same time, the doctor was still studying the substance when a sudden noise came from outside the door.